Greetings, mortals, and welcome back to Valhalla Cyberpunk Bartender Action. Yeah! So, if you've seen some of the thumbnails, I've started using Paint's facilities more. MS Paint is doing very well. I give it a pat on the back. It's just that I suck, so it's not working out well. But it's fine. We're continuing. Last we left off, Dorothy was cuddling us. Dorothy cuddled us. I need to get a mega Christmas tree. I have one day to have 8,000? Ugh. How much does a mega Christmas tree even cost? I can earn 1,000. I can earn 1,000. Okay, sounds good. Let's go. Alright, augmented eye. What's going on? Mysterious messages. Halloween was back in October, but this terrifying tale didn't become popular until now. Across the city, have been receiving strange transmissions that are messages that are confusing at best and threatening at worst. The contents are not clear, as most of the Lilim can't remember exactly what they've heard, but the most mysterious thing of all is perhaps the fact that the Lilim could not record any of these messages while they were broadcasted, almost as if something had blocked the Lilim from doing so. While we have nothing but anecdotal proof, even among our own Lilim, the mystery behind these messages is one we should be paying attention to. Is Kiki Miki the biggest pop idol in history? No. But Kiki Miki's neat, so. Word at large is still coming to terms with the idea of the Lilim being so quickly integrated into our society. Some say they can't be treated as human because they're immortal, and as such, cannot really understand what it's like to be alive. Yeah, I wouldn't treat an immortal as a human because an immortal is an immortal. I also wouldn't treat them as a scourge to humanity because an immortal is immortal. They're going to go through a much larger spectrum of emotions than a human could ever comprehend. Their experience is going to be completely different. I curse the immortal experience because I feel like with enough time I'll become so desensitized and jaded that I will have no problem taking a life. I will have no problem betraying anyone whatsoever. And I'll have no problem living like I want to die. Which is very quietly, very silently, in a corner of a room. And I will hurt myself a lot. So, because I cannot die. So, immortals have their own share of problems. This is not an excuse to discriminate against them, but they don't understand the human experience. But at the same time, they're living a human lifespan, so during your lifespan at least, they'll have your experience, they'll have a similar experience. Then after the lifespan is done, after a century or 2 centuries have gone by and they haven't aged a single day, that's when the dysphoria will probably start to set in, wherein they'll want to advance things to where they can be mortal as well, or maybe they'll develop a new outlook which can be for lack of a better term, evil. But yeah, they are still in existence, and they must be acknowledged as such. Don't discriminate against them. They can still be treated with humanity as human. They can still understand human emotions, even if they can't understand the fear of death and the need for urgency in many humans. Because without the fear of death, there is no urgency. Let's be real. If we didn't have the threat that one day we are going to pass on and our existence is going to be rendered null in a single instant, we wouldn't be. No, we're still carefree, but we wouldn't be as carefree. We wouldn't have thoughts like, am I doing enough with my life? Am I fulfilling my purpose? Things like that. Those talks wouldn't come up because there is no purpose in immortality. You're just there. You just exist until something changes. And even then, you continue existing through all change until it all becomes numb and you are nuking an entire planet because you want to freeze yourself in the void of space because you cannot live with yourself anymore. Or you become the Doctor if you manage to create time travel somehow. I don't know. But yeah, I think they can understand what humanity is, what it experiences. They won't be able to relate to what humanity is, but they can understand what humanity is, and I think they, for that reason, they should be treated as a human. They should be treated as a human who's going to have a much different experience. Now, if they had a seventh, eighth, or ninth sense, which allows them to perceive the world in a whole new angle, then I can understand not treating them as human. But they don't have that sense. They only have experience and a bunch of and a lot more experience than us. So treat them as human. I changed my mind. Treat them as humans. They won't feel like humans, but they are still experiencing the same world that you are. And no, let's be real. Most people are not thinking about the threat of death as anything urgent. It just comes up from time to time at 3 o'clock in the morning specifically, and then you make a resolution, and then you work for 15 minutes, then you give up on that resolution after you go to sleep and wake up in the next morning because you are you. So, so treat them as human. They are experiencing the same hell or heaven, whatever this planet is. They're experiencing the same thing to the same senses, maybe a little enhanced, but the same senses nonetheless. Sight, taste, touch, smell. I'm pretty sure humans did not develop an extra sensory perception for them to experience the world, because that would completely shift the experience that they would obtain. But yeah, treat them as human. Okay, sounds good. That's what I say. Treat them as human. But most of the Kiki Miki fandom would disagree. Anti-Lilith people are insane. Yep. To me, Miki knows more about the life than I do, and I'm older than this damn city. Richard Show 55 told the Augmented Eye, the city is less than 55 years old? Huh. During a fan gathering, I'm with Richard, added Nacho. 6. Nacho? I may be a dog, but I'm utterly fascinated with the way she writes about things in her blog. She's impressed by everything, and nobody really knows what life's about anyway. Yeah, you're not gonna have to deal with the meaning of life for the next 100 years or so. At least she's not gonna have to start dealing with that for at least 50 years. Forget 100. 50, 40, she'll reach her. There won't be a midlife crisis. It always makes me wonder how the do elves exist. I guess they exist in a nebulous bubble where they're living each day as it is, and they don't really have a sense of purpose or commitment to the outside world because they are such a isolated tribe of existences. So when they interact with other existences who have a shorter lifespan, that's when they get an understanding of what life is like to other mortals. But until they are attacked externally, they live their life comfortably in peace and harmony with nature. They don't find a need. So there is another thing of to why elves are the way elves are. Elves aren't short-sighted. Humans are very short-sighted. We need as much good question mark that we can do in our lifespan as we can. Hence why we cut down trees. Cut down forests, who cares? When we start looking to future generations, that's when we're like, oh, yeah, that's going to screw things up really badly. And then we decide to try and save them. Or not. You know who I'm talking about. Elves aren't like that. They're like, I have to do something of value in my lifespan, maybe tomorrow. What? Cut down a tree? What do you mean a machine? No! No! That tree protects us! And it's going to continue protecting us for millennia. I'm going to be alive in those millennia. What the fuck do you mean cut down the tree? I cast Eldritch! I cast the wrath of nature upon thee! Because elves, elves, for them, the their next generation's future and their future is all the same because they're probably going to live to see like granddaughters, grandsons, grandchildren, and great grandchildren and great 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 grandchildren probably. I don't know how many generations they are going to live to see. So for them the forest is literally going to be their home and sustenance for millennia. I think I'm using millennia correct, yes. Centennial, millennial. Yeah, millennia. Thousands of years. Thousands of years they're going to be with that forest. Why the hell wouldn't they be hostile and do their darndest to protect it and their house no matter what? Like, in your life, in a normal human's lifespan, you will protect your house. You would. You would protect your house from burning. You try to put out the small fires. And if a large fire comes, you value your own life because that makes sense. Similar to them. If a small fire can be averted, they'll do that. They know fighting. They can do magic. They're well versed with nature. They have the advantages. They're obviously going to try and protect their place. So it makes sense why elves are such a hostile race, even despite being immortal. Immortality doesn't make you calm because you have to experience all of life in order to be that calm. Immortality isn't going to make them super calm and wise and stuff. No, immortality is just making them a little more. Yeah, sure, that works. I guess that works. Sure, why not? Anyway, Nacho dog, don't tell me. Is it Rad Shiba? I didn't connect two and two together. Is it Rad Shiba?
Hey, I'm with Richard. I may be a dog, but I'm utterly fascinated with the way she writes about things in her blog. She's impressed by everything, and nobody really knows what life is about anyway.
Spooky.
Or a bluff.
If like I'm not opposed to like birthplace immortality. Like you are born to be immortal. Like a tardigrade, for example. Because if you're born to be immortal, you're gonna live with a certain perception and a certain space that fosters growth in that immortality. So you live life as per normal and at a slow and steady speed. That's fine. But I'm opposed to imposed immortality, something that comes out of nowhere, something you were not even meant for. Some example, I'm human. I think I'm probably human, so I'm human. I'm not meant to be immortal. I don't have the perception. I don't have the region to sustain myself as being immortal. Like I'm not among immortals, so when the time comes, if I accidentally somehow become immortal, whether I age or not is a completely different matter. Like if I become old and weak and stuff like that, completely different matter. If I become immortal by even by accident, it will be the worst curse ever. You'd see people die, you'd see everything around you change so much. And sure, you would have a bunch of experience. Maybe you'd be working like miracles. But what are those miracles amounting to if you cannot die? You're not leaving a legacy. You are the living legacy. And at some point, you are just constantly a living legacy. And you just have to either live up to it or you can give up on it. And if you give up on it, you'll feel that regret forever because you're immortal. You're not going to get any reprieve from regret, from sorrows. You are going to have to live with all of your actions forever and ever, and you will know. And at some point, you may even start to forget. But if your immortality doesn't let you forget, then you're absolutely royally fucked. So either way, immortality sucks. It ain't even about seeing people die. Like, death will eventually become completely meaningless to someone immortal. The concept of death itself will become meaningless, and they'll just look at it as a part of life because they are outside of life. They are beyond the conventional existence that is life. Like, why should a lot of things like try to reason with godlike beings, like to define their existence as we need to live, we're an important part of the universe, blah 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 blah. Why should an immortal uh, give any care? I don't know why I'm trying not to swear. I literally swore a few minutes ago, but still, I like to keep them to a minimum. Why should an immortal care in the first place? It's outside of life. It is a being that is literally outside of your very conception of life itself. It does not need to care about anyone because it is immortal. It does not need to understand anyone because, believe it or not, it's going to see them die. Now, if it was another immortal, maybe it would add some credence to what they're going to experience. And I'd be like, yeah, you're young, you don't understand things, so you get to my age, and then we'll talk, okay? Get to a millennia, get to 2 millennia, 3 millennia, get to 3 million years, then we'll talk, okay? Till then, you buzz off. And then once it's at 3 million years, then it's like, oh, this sucks. Yeah, they don't matter, you don't matter, I don't matter, nothing we do works, and nothing changes. Why should I care? Yeah, you're kind of right. And because they shouldn't care, any decision they'll take should come from arbitrariness, not motivated by someone's will. There's nothing to inspire them. Why should some being that is billions or millions of years old give a crap about some rando who's like, I fought through an entire dimension just to get to you, so please care? No, I don't care. That entire dimension you fought, they tried to kill me. It didn't work. They gave up on me. They left me. I've seen their grandfathers. I've seen generations of them trying to kill me. It didn't work. Why should I care that you fought them and killed them? I don't know. The immortality is the worst. Any time you give me a superpower or a disadvantage, like let's say you either become immortal or you go blind. Blindness is fine. I can learn to live with blindness and eventually I will die with blindness. I don't want the immortality. Put a screwdriver under the button, dig up the button, hit it off into the distance with a home run. Blind people have it hard. They definitely have it hard. But immortality is the worst. It is the worst. You can't get a curse worse than immortality. Most of the worst curses involve immortality. Like for example, torture for 10,000 years, torture for all eternity, burn in the fires of hell for all eternity, blah blah blah. It all involves immortality. The worst curses are immortality. It's the concept of experiencing something forever. It is the worst. You can never, ever experience something forever because it'll become boring eventually. It'll always be chase the next high or keep increasing the threshold until the threshold cannot physically increase beyond the bounds of the universe. And then you'll start searching outside the universe. Maybe you'll find something, maybe you won't, who knows? But it will all end eventually. And you'll reach a threshold and you're like, oh, I guess nothing really matters anymore. And boom, it's done! Immortality sucks! I hate it! I don't know why I'm having such a long rant about immortality. I want to continue playing. I'm going to shut up now, but immortality sucks. Treat them as human. They're probably going to outlive you and all your generations, and they are going to have a much worse time than you are. As long as the afterlife or whatever isn't immortality. Like I'm hoping that whatever ghost stuff is going on in the afterlife, it's like, oh, the ghosts are a memory. Eventually, they will fade. Because if I have to be a ghost forever, like my memory literally doesn't fade, and I just keep experiencing a monotonous existence as a ghost, I I'm going to do some haunting stuff. I'm going to get bored eventually and do some haunting stuff. I'm not going to let anyone live in peace in my house. Well, I'm not going to let anyone live in peace here. I ain't going to rest. If I can, no, if I can rest physically, like just close my eyes and never hear anything, I'm gonna do that obviously because why would I want to stay awake? And if I can't do that, then I'm going to be really upset. And I'm going to be upset for a while until nothing matters anymore. And I fade into nothing more than a husk of spiritual energy that just does, operates on a system, becomes a robot. You know, that's all. Quincy studies the possibility of allowing imports. Glitch City is one of the few places on Earth that's self-strict sufficient with an import rate of 0.8%. However, that might change due to the recent shortages across the city. Quincy revealed this morning that the government plans to have more relaxed policy for importers. They won't lift the currency control, but we can provide them foreign currency at a low fixed rate. That way, we can secure essential items at affordable prices. Private companies are no longer working at full capacity, which is unsurprising news given that Quincy government has seized most of them, resulting in shortage crisis in the first place.
So he decided to not steal all of the city funds. Good.
Yeah, fair. Fair. Oh, this one's new, I think. I can't stop playing this game. Gorgeous graphics, innovative and addictive battle system, fun dating mini games, cute girls, that fun music. Is this a goat? Don't know. Do you like the goat girl? Are you talking about Roxanne from Sucker for Love 2? Roxanne's awesome. I'm gonna marry a goat. Yeah, Roxanne's awesome. I'm gonna play the game here eventually. Sucker for Love 2 and Sucker for Love 1. Sucker for Love and Sucker for Love Date to Die For. Roxanne is awesome. Roxanne's neat, like, honestly. Like, I'm aromantic, Roxanne is awesome. A protagonist is asexual, Roxanne is still awesome. Worth fighting for, either way. Very buddy with me. I like the talking parts. It's an alright game, 8 out of 10 at most. Shit game. No, it's a shitty game for idiot waifu bots like you. I wish this waifu equals bad game meme would die. I mean, there's a meme like that? I wouldn't automatically discount a game for having a waifu or anything. The stupid game pandering to idiots. What's there to discuss? I don't even know the term waifu, but I know what context is, so I'm making up a meaning in my head and operating off of that. I don't think it would be inherently bad, unless the game itself is just bland. At worst, I think you can do a horrible game. At medium, you can make it really bland and one-dimensional. But at its peak, you can make a great game. Little fan service, lots of emotional moments, and a really good system and a nice story. The story matters more than the character, I would say. Story always matters more, I feel personally. Or the character depth, which is determined by the story itself, like the story given to the character shows the character's depth, but also actions that the character takes can show the character's depth. So those things make a game interesting. So yeah, the normies, fuck off. Fun things are fun. You're not allowed to have fun with video games. Sounds fun.
It's for nerds.
I'm. Sure, it's for nerds. Yeah. Alright, let's do this. No more Dorothy, please. Ah, water. I want to play some Mobile Legends after this, so finish this episode quickly, and then I'll post it.
Evening.
Oh, hi. How you feeling?
A little more soft and warm.
Come again?
You heard me.
So, on a scale from steaming pile of shit to just sad, where are you?
A sad pile of shit. I still hate myself. I'm still sad as hell, but how to put it? The noise stopped. I don't know if I explained myself.
Sorta. Kinda.
So, how were things last night? Cozy, I must admit. I can't believe you paid Dorothy for that. Well, if you want to call that payment, I guess. I called Dorothy to tell her what happened to you, and she was really concerned. She started for a second, saying that she had the whole night to go and she couldn't just leave for free. I asked her how much, and she said enough to pay for the soda I'm having is fine.
Okay, I take my annoyance with Dorothy back. Her voice is still hard to do, but that's a curse that I put upon myself. Dorothy is really sweet. Alright, Dorothy is sweet, and if she really wants to show up in this session, I guess I can do her voice. Very badly, but I can do it nonetheless. So, fine, Dorothy is sweet. I'm not going to groan when Dorothy comes on screen eventually. How did you get her number?
I have contacts.
Right.
Anyways, Joe, if you need a second break, a drink, or a hug, just let me know. Yeah? Thanks.
I'll make you the same offer, but I'm guessing hugs from me are the last thing you want. If you need a bartender, let me know though.
Nice to know. Anyways, we have work to do.
Alright, now we can change the songs. Who was I? Troubling news. Umemoto. Our systems go. Where do I go from here? Nope. I'm gonna put March of the White Knights in. Metropolis. Reminiscence? Yeah, here we go.
Time to mix drinks and change lives.
Nice to hear that again.
Did you say something?
Did I? Did I?
Welcome to Valhalla. Oh, it's you guys.
Oh no! Wait, Rachiba, give me a second. I'm wrapping up a wire. Give me a second, Rachiba.
You haven't sent to me for the final time. I'm going to seek my Shiba vengeance on you.
No, please, Rachiba, do not hurt me.
I will show you justice. Shiba punch.
It feels like a soft punch landed on your chin. It is very soft.
Hey, be more respectful. I brought my boss here. Aren't you a part-timer here or something? My other boss. You're talking to the great Nacho Tumbleweed Jr. Boss, I'm taking my break. I know what I said earlier, but you haven't even started yet. Shit. So, what brings you here today? I wanted to see the place my best soldier is working at. Soldier? Wait, aren't you the dog I served last Monday? Oh, it's you, Dana. Soldier, why didn't you tell me you were working for Dana? No, that's not Dana. That's just Jay.
So I'm guessing you're part of this whole Sarah thing.
Part of it. I founded it. Humans have the best intentions, but they just don't get us. So I decided to create a place where dogs can be dogs. Yeah, we can take in any dog without a place in this world. We created our own heaven and earth.
And do you take corgis only?
Do I look like one of those safer bitches? Of course not. I'll include other animals, but sadly I can only take care of those who are of the same species as I, because I don't know much about the other species.
Sad thing is, I take it more seriously, but it's a talking corgi with an eye patch. Will you get anything?
I'm fine. What about you, boss? Manly stuff.
You sure?
Did I stutter?
Alright. Manly drink for the dog. Maybe I should just give him something bitter. Just give him something manly. Manly. My guy just wants something manly. Bitter, manly, strong. Bitter, manly, burning. Suplex, bitter, and manly, burning. Spicy, manly, strong. All of it's bitter, but sour, manly, sobering. I think you like a Mars Blast. Maybe it's going hardcore. Maybe it is going hardcore. Burning? Burning. Strong. Alright, let's give him a gut punch to start off. One Flanic Ride and yeah, have 4 Karma Train. Aged, mixed, boop. Here.
Yes, this is just what I wanted. There, this tastes worse than my own bed.
Welcome. Hey, you asked for it.
This is a really nice place, you know. You picked a good place to work at, soldier. Thanks!
Does he really get paid?
Your efforts to keep Sarah afloat will not go waste. We'll make her better and better.
I mean, we're pretty much on the verge of closing. Can boss really afford that?
We have more urgent matters at hand, though, like the fact we don't have enough bowls for everyone. Can't they just share the ones we have? You fool! Every dog has a right to have his own bowl. If we can't provide even that, what's the point of even trying?
Wait, don't tell me she just doesn't give a fuck and is spending all her money like water. I mean, what with the bar closing and all that?
But many have enjoyed the boxes more than they do the bowls. That's a good point. What do you think is cheaper, a box of balls or a box of boxes? Are there boxes of boxes? Of course there are. How do you think they ship boxes?
There are boxes of boxes. No, there are. Yeah, that makes sense.
Stay together? Stay together? Don't be silly.
Unless she's paying him straight from her pocket. Boss is that kind of woman.
This world is filled with all sorts of recursive madness, you know. Doctors consult doctors, boxes come in boxes, bottles come in bottles. Oh, as expected from you, boss!
Wait, that theory only works assuming she's actually paying him with money. For all I know, she might be paying him with steaks.
So tomorrow you're going to check for people selling boxes, you hear? Sir, yes, sir!
Except that to boss, a good steak is more valuable than money.
Wait, what if they come with foil? Recession fires had to be taken to the wet because he ate the foil a piece of cheese came in. Curses, you're right. We need a contingency plan.
Besides, boss is not one to scam people, let alone a dog.
I wonder if we can strike a deal with the wet, though safer bastards have. She's always so nice with us. I know her. Her smile is cute too. So it's better that we wet for a wet. Yes, put that on the list. Ah, Nacho,
Oh, yeah, forgot she knew the dog.
are you staying for a while? I was just passing by. I've got some errands to run. Great, Gil can go with you.
I can?
You will.
I'll still get paid for today, right?
That depends on Nacho's evaluation. Alright, Greener, let's get going. Oh, I'm paying him anyways, by the way. Just wanted to mess around with him.
No, that's not the problem here. Why make him do that?
Gil looked like he needed to take a good break, and he's the kind to just not accept such a thing. But with Nacho, he'd have something to do, and he'd be away from the bar for a bit.
He put it that way.
Anyway, I'm going back to my office. Your boss sure is nice. Glad I'm working with her too.
Yeah. So, you having anything?
Actually, I'm just gonna go sit over there and be on standby. Await orders.
Okay. Shit, I missed a chance to ask her or Howard if he even gets paid with money. Man, I sure need to get wasted. I fail to see how getting wasted will make you feel bad. Sheba! For fuck's sake, you piece of scrap. We just got her out of a building full of dogs. But this one has a Hawaiian shirt with sunglasses.
Hey there, Robot.
And he talks. Welcome to Valhalla. Hi, Jill. Hey, Jill. Get me a beer, will ya? Betcha. Does Steel want anything? Okay. Roll.
Say yes, sir.
So cute. He's fine. Just a beer then. Friday after work isn't just a beer though. It's the beer. Can't argue with that. Beer for Betty. I can make it big for the heck of it. Yeah, why not? Go big or go home, I say. 2 aldehyde, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 powder delta. 4 flanigride. And 8 carmotrine. All mixed. Here you go. Here, let's make it special. Yeah. Cheers. Hey, Jill, do you like beer? The amount of beer cans in my apartment is becoming a problem, actually. I had this friend back in high school who made some pretty nice crafts with them. I'm still in contact with him if you're interested. No thanks. The last thing I need right now is more crap taking space. So, how are things up at Dogtown? Well, that Laura girl is still stirring things up for better or worse. For worse? She's, like a rabbit. An overtly politically correct rabbit. Rabbit? Never had a pet rabbit? They're a nervous mess that gets startled over the littlest of things. And this girl is on the constant lookout, scared of saying something that might irk someone. It doesn't have to be a person she's speaking with even. It's no problem for the company, but the other day we went out together and holy shit, poor girl can't speak properly. She pauses every sentence to make sure she doesn't say something offensive. She's a nice girl and it's sweet that she tries so hard not to offend anyone, but seriously, she tries too hard. You don't help either. You randomly yell. What did you say whenever she's within earshot distance? Yeah, well, it's just that she looks so cute when she's startled. Like a rabbit. It raises the question of whether she's really like that, or if you're the one making her wary of anything she says. Wait, why don't we test that? How? You go out with her. Why? To test if if it's really me who makes her like that. It's not like you can say no, you know. I mean, it's my honor that's on the line here. I want to prove you're the only talking shit about me. Even if you were right, you have quite a fixation on that girl. She's fun. Fun how? She actually reacts when I see her. You take it in stride, but she usually actually gets startled, squirms, and then gets uncomfortable. How is that any good? She's cute, and her reactions are cute. But if you keep it up, she'll either leave or get used to you. You know, like me. Shit, you're right. I must save my teasing for when the moment is just right. Then. No, that's not the problem. Try again, Betty. It is for me. And what are you doing here? What about the dog? He said he had to go out. By the way, he said his name was... Say, this Laura girl, do you guys get along? I wouldn't know. We get along as co-workers at the very least. What kind of girl is she, aside from the whole politically correct rabbit thing? Slow. She's the kind that does things so carefully that she does them really, really slow. Really, really slow. I can't deny that when she actually finishes talks, she does a great job, but it's unnerving. She doesn't actually have to be with us in the building, though. She's more like a freelancer. Why is she there then? Why is she there then? Because she likes dogs. That's why I insist that you two would make a fine couple. Sorry. That's really a superficial statement. It's like saying you'd be fine with someone because you're both women. Okay, bad example. You see something? By all means. If that Laura girl is really as bland as you claim her to be, wouldn't she be better off with a more assertive person? No, a more assertive partner? You, piece of scrap. She's totally calling you a pussy. She's right though. Sharing interests and being compatible are totally different things. Well, then you'd be underestimating the power of love. When whether you want to admit it or not, let it change people. For better or for worse. Who knows? Maybe you'll become more assertive after spending time with her. Or she'll drive me nuts. I guess that's a possibility too. Still, why are you so insistent on getting me and her getting together? Because she's like a cute rabbit, so someone might try to eat her out there. Eat her out there. Out there! Freaks! It'd be a lot easier to keep her in my sight. So in short, your motherly instincts arose because of Laura. Why not see if she likes you, and... You already tried to hit on her, didn't you? You make me sound like some skirt chaser. Do you know her so well? I'm not going to comment on that. She's not into girls. How'd you find out? I asked her directly. Of course you did. She seemed, giddy afterwards. I heard her muttering something about meeting her first lesbian. It was weird. Okay, enough of Laura for one night. But refrain from using that's what you said last night. Jokes on variations are off, please. Party pooper. Let's get a drink done. Sounds good. I'll have a bloom light, please. Get me a fringe weaver. Alright. One bloom light and a fringe weaver. Bloom light. 1, 2, 3, 4. Powder Delta. 2 Planet Glide. And 3 Calvatrine. Aged rocks mix. Shoot! Next I need is a large fringe weaver. She wants her drinks large, right? So 1, 2. Here we go, baby! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There we go. Aged, mixed, boop! Large fringe weaver. Coming right up. Here you go. I wonder why it's called Bloom Light. Seems it was first developed at some video games event. The creator said something about making the attendees feel like their customers too. Said attendees were, of course, some part of some big games company. Seems that company always used too much bloom lighting, so the bartender then made them drink all the bloom. Ah! It's not called that because it glows in the dark. Not this one. Now, come to think of it. No. Did you ever change because of a relationship, Jill? That's not a good question. More ways than one, I guess. Would you say for better or for worse? I guess for better, but I'm too thick-headed to develop any new bad habits. Although, thanks to my first boyfriend, I did pick up a very annoying habit of correcting people's grammar on the fly. Pretty annoying when I think back to it. So you were one of those kinds of people. As for me, sometimes I think I became more... what's the word? Cynical? Jaded? Bitter? Tired of the crap of the world and everyone in it throws it on a daily basis? Hi. I'm just quoting you. But yeah, I think I became all that because of this one girlfriend I had in college. She got me into the whole activism thing in the first place. How is that bad? We'd all go and protest and start all kinds of movements to say things changed. I really got into those then, but whenever I wanted to get more serious, I'd find myself coming up against a wall. That wall is an analogy for the fact that not everyone was willing to go that far. I found it pretty fast that most of them were in the whole thing because of some shitty fad, and not because they actually believed in whatever movement they were championing. So I moved from group to group only to find people who were in it because of a fad. And when they were not in it because of a passing fad, they were of the dangerous extremist kind. My tolerance for people's shit was greatly diminished after all that. So it wasn't much the person you had a relationship with, but rather other people. You seriously never thought about it that way? You need to stop putting the blame for what you do on past relationships. Whatever. Where's the other guy, by the way? I do escort one of the dogs outside. Figures. Oh, yeah, the one that was here asked if you were the nice red lady that works at the Cypher toy company. I suppose he's interested in talking to you or something. Why didn't you do it then? I don't know. You've been doing a few jobs on the side, haven't you? The pay from the dogs isn't enough to keep up with the mountain depths. I don't know how you do it. It's hard to believe dogs pay you at all. But this is coming from someone who works at a place that pays the dog for doing fuck all. Or at least, I think we're paying him. I'm not completely sure we do. Will you get anything else? Well, we're fine. We have to get up early tomorrow. And by we, I really mean her. She got invited to a picnic and I won't stand to hear another had to go to a picnic with a hangover story. Fine. Let's go then. See you, Joe. Bye. Please come again. Man, you're such a party pooper. You'll be the party pooper tomorrow morning if you keep drinking. Boss, I'll take my break. Call me if someone comes. Alright. Yeah, no need to save. Who needs to save? Let me out. It is not safe to keep playing. What do you mean it's safe to keep playing? No dogs in sight. Yeah, keep it. Okay then, back to work. Welcome to Valhalla. Oh, hey there, Alma. I forgot what voice I gave her. I'm forgetting my voices. I need to remember voices, but my memory sucks. She seems down. Maybe there's something I can give her to cheer her up? Like classy drinks, but what she really likes. Let's see what classy drinks are there. Brantini. Sour. Bubbly and strong. I think it has to be a Brantini, honestly. One Carmatine. Aged, mixed, boop. What? 6? Oh. Here. Hey! And this? It's on me.
So you at least change your expression.
Why not just say you're worried about me?
You got the message anyway, didn't you? So, how is it?
A Brantini. So you do pay attention to what I ask for.
You have quite a fixation with Brantinis. To be honest, they suit you.
Hey, wanna hear a silly story?
Always.
When I turned 21, my dad and I went to a bar to celebrate. Just him and I. He told me to dress well enough that he looked like my sugar daddy. It was a fun night. We pretended at times we were dating. I managed to blow off some steam about my mom. But the highlight was him ordering a Brantini for me. I've had plenty of drinks and gotten wasted many times since I was 15, but that drink was different. It wasn't about getting drunk. The drink itself was the pleasure. He too said they suited me somehow.
Oh?
Ever since that day, he's called me Brantini Girl from time to time.
Your dad sounds like a cool guy.
You should meet him sometime.
So why are you deflating?
Deflating?
When I got sad and started sighing repeatedly, my grandpa would warn me that I would start deflating like an old tire if I kept it up. So what is it? Was it the news about people dressing in bunny suits after the whole Alice_Rabbit boom?
Nah, that's old news. I mean, it is a problem, but such things would only annoy me. Say, Jill, how's your mood right now? I want to ruin it by blowing off all my stored steam.
Silly Alma, I've been feeling like utter shit the last couple of days. You can't make me feel worse. So go ahead, unwind all your worries on me.
Don't say I didn't warn you. Okay, so remember my sister Diana?
The one that separated from her husband and forgot her kids while fucking her way around or something?
Perfect summary. I'll use it next time. I didn't tell you the whole story. More specifically, that she threw her husband out after months of abuse.
Oh,
However, that woman is incapable of getting a job and maintaining herself. And I mean that. She never even thinks about selling some stuff or trying to earn her bread. She just expects a guy to do all that for her. I have no idea why she turned out like that. Both my mom and dad were hard workers. They even started a small shop to have something to do after retirement.
huh.
So, what does this fully capable woman do a couple of weeks later? Why, bring her abusive husband back, of course. Let's continue.
What?
Yeah, and the guy spent a couple of days with her before leaving her again. Let's continue. He had a nice couple of hot, steamy nights and then left.
I... Well...
Huh. You reacted like my little brother and sister after hearing that. But the story doesn't end there. Oh no! So she's broke and can't even get enough for a bus, even though she'd probably be glad to sell her ass just to get money. And it was up to me to pick her up. For the last couple of days, she left her kids with my parents, and being such sweet angels, they made a mess out of the whole place. Bernardo and Eva are actually staying with me for a couple of days to give them some peace. It doesn't help that I never got along with Diana. So we're in the car, and she asks how our kids are. And of course, after all the built-up tension, I just exploded. First, I started ranting about how our kids are growing up seeing some messed up stuff. I started scolding her about not taking responsibility, about not taking proper care of her children. I tell her that she's in no place to have all those escapades, and after all that, she just says, "What the hell do you know? You don't have any kids." Yeah, you slutty skank, I don't have any kids, but I'm not broke just because I refuse to take up a job. I don't have any kids, but I'm not leaving them in the first barely familiar house I find. I don't have kids, but I'm not letting the guy that hit me on a regular basis back into my bed. I don't have kids, but I pretty much raised Eva and Bernardo, and look as they've turned out pretty well, damn well. I don't have any kids, but I'm not a cheap whore! Ah! Damn! I don't know what to say. There's nothing to say. I love my family and I put them above all else, but Diana is seriously pushing the boundaries of what I can allow. Anyway, any way I can help? You just did. Huh? I know who I'm dealing with. I'm not one to let stuff like that get to me. I'm still angry as hell, and I couldn't just discuss this with any of my family members. I can tell my mom your daughter is a slut. I just needed to get all of this off my chest, you know? Well, from what I see, there's still a lot more to get off your chest. It's full as fuck. Nah, every see here is filled with love and dreams. Is everyone in your family as busy as you? The worst offender is my dad, actually. Kidding, kidding. I guess the only one that didn't get the big boobs gene is Eva. She insists on getting surgery or genetic treatment, but I tell her she's fine the way she is. These can actually be more of a hassle than a blessing. You've told me about that. I don't know why people underestimate you as a hacker. Not a hacker! I forgot the term. A security specialist. Computer security specialist. And poor Bernardo, his breasts actually started growing when he was 8. I just hope I don't take too much from my mother's side of the family. My father's sisters still look quite young, but when menopause hit, my mom lost her looks rather quickly. Any good genes you got from your family, Jill? Good enough skin and hair, I guess. There's a thing about the shrimp allergy, but so far I haven't had any problems with that. Oh, I see. Hey, you know what worries me about the most about the whole Diana situation? How your nephews are turning out? If she leaves them with my mom, they'll turn out better than her somehow. Actually, what worries me is, what if I end up like that too? Girl, no! I'm sorry to say it, but no, you're too cool to end up like that. And more importantly, you don't know who you're looking for in the first place. She knows what she's looking for. You don't. That gives you more time to grow and adapt and understand. You have time and you know what not to be. You have an example and you have time. And you do work. You actually like your work. You'll be fine, Alma. Trust yourself. You will be fine. How so? If I find a good man and settle down, what if he turns out shitty? You try to work to it for some time, but and as long as he's making an active effort to work through it with you and is actually improving and getting the necessary help, you can stick it out. If there's no active effort from the other side, it'll be difficult, but leave him. It's always a better option if there's no effort. But if there is effort, that's when you try it. Especially if you believe it's love. If it's not love, even if it's not love, if there is an ounce of care between you two, like there's a lot of care that's given between the two of you, and you want to stick it out because you see them improving and you see them trying something to be a better person, and they're trying hard and they're working towards it and they are doing well, you stick it out. Now if they're just a really horrible person, don't do it. People make mistakes from time to time. Take your time moving through it. See if you can work through it. If you can't work through it, it is okay to leave and get yourself together again. Pull yourself up together along with whatever family you have. That's what I say. What if I have a sudden burst where I want to live my life and end up like that? You are living your life, girl. Don't burst this on Jill. Jill is getting fucked up in a corner here. Jeez, oh no. Oh my, calm down. But no, you are living your life and you are living it well. What if I have kids and I end up neglecting them because of all that? You'll learn how to parent slowly and steadily. It's a slow process. You'll understand parenting. Take help. Most importantly, take help. You have family, you have a father and a mother that raised you. You can take their help. They will teach you how to slowly grow and thrive with your children so that you can take over the entire tri-state area. Anyway, if you ask me, the fact that you're even worried about it is indication enough that you'll be fine. You think? I'm pretty sure. You said before that she pretty much married the guy after a couple of months, right? Yeah. No offense, but those are the kind of people who wouldn't even think about all that. Besides, if any guy ends up marrying you, it's because he passed your irrational standards. Hey, am I lying? No, but there are things best kept as unspoken truths. Not between us. We're friends, buddy. Guess what? We're almost besties. And you don't get any silent from me. That's what besties do. We just speak whatever we want to each other, knowing the other is fine. I wonder if I'll ever be able to find a good guy. You will. You'll know when the time comes. I sure hope so. For now, the time has come to get another drink. Can I get ya? Give me something with ice but alcoholic, please. Alright. Cold with alcohol. Bad touch is alcoholic and cold. Bloomlight is alcoholic and cold. Cobalt Velvet is alcoholic, cold. Nope. Yes, it is. Fluffy Dream, Fringe Weaver, Frothy, Blended, Rocks, Mercury Blast. Moonblast. It has alcohol. I wonder if she wants heavy alcohol or light alcohol. I think Sunshine Cloud can be alcoholic. So soft and bitter. Okay. Alright. Let's do a quick analysis. Brantini is sweet, so I searched sweet drinks. Alcoholic but not cold. Alcoholic again but not cold. Alcoholic not cold. Moonblast is fair. Not a Brantini. And not a Piano Woman. I think a Moonblast should be fine. Powder Delta, Planagride, 2 Calmatrine, On the Rocks, Blended. I think a Moonblast should be fine. Here. Here you go. Thanks, I needed to cool down a bit. That's why I'm here. So you said you felt shitty the last couple of days. Why? Don't think too much about it. Oh, come on. You heard my problems. I want to help you too. Don't worry too much. Right. I almost forgot to tell you something. What is it? My boss is throwing a mega Christmas party this Sunday. You wanna come? Sure. Something tells me this mega Christmas is going to be a mess at my parents' home, so I'd rather avoid it. Are you guys getting chicken? I can get one. To be honest, I wouldn't know. You can bring it if you want. It won't go to waste. Gotcha. Say, Jill, what's your favorite part of the chicken? Favorite part? I guess I like the legs the most. Really, I like the breast better. Breast? It's a bit too simple, don't you think? Legs have a better texture. Maybe, but simple is usually better. Breast is easier to enjoy than legs, and a lot less messy. Okay, personal opinion. I have chicken curry at home. So there, in that case, legs are the biggest piece first of all because they have the big chunk of meat in a circle around them. But they're also really good. I like a lot of. I don't know if it's cartilage or what that is left that's really stretchy and all. I like that quite a bit. But I'm not going to say I hate the fleshy parts because the flesh is also really nice. Like when the skin is really nice as well. But personal opinion, I think the legs are really good of a chicken. Personal opinion. Mm, that's my opinion anyway. But so.
You silly girls.
What?
You're there talking about breasts and legs when everyone knows the best parts are the wings.
Heathen. What? What's that?
Spicy chicken wings.
Did you get spicy chicken wings?
From a spicy chicken. You know, spicy chicken, the shop 2 blocks from here.
Sorry, let me rephrase that. Why are you carrying a bucket of spicy chicken wings?
Why aren't you carrying a bucket of spicy chicken wings?
Well, because...
Thought as much. Yo, Armitage.
Alma. Oh, fuck. Alma.
I know what I said. Will the chicken you're talking about be cooked already?
You might need to heat it up, but it'd be cooked otherwise.
Great. I expect you here Sunday at 8 p.m.
Thanks.
Anyway, I'll be back to my office.
She left the bucket. Want some? Don't mind if I do. Oh, mild spice. Nice. Weird. Maybe she got a mixed up order and that's why she left them here. She usually orders stronger stuff. I found buckets that make my throat itch from just being near them. She bought it for us! Did she? Boss is awesome! I like boss. Oh. Say, Jill, what kind of guys do you like? That's a sudden question. I'm not picky with guys, to be honest. I want them to be decent enough. Not jealous, not aggressive. Responsible enough to keep a job. That's no good. Do you like them buff? What about tall? No tattoos or piercings. Guess I never liked either. What about you? I like them well dressed. If they go out in ironed shirts and well coordinated clothes, they're sure to catch my eye. Some muscle is always fine too, but sharply dressed males catch my attention faster. Yet you're still single. That's not how I like my men. That's how I like my men. My potential husband, on the other hand, is another matter completely. I see. So, can you get me a drink here? The spicy wings turned out to be spicy. What can I get you? Anything, as long as it has the spiciness in my mouth. Okay, let's get us something together with the spiciness. Quick. Something chilled, I guess. Preferably something chilled and cold, alright? I think another Moonblast is fine. 1 powder Delta, 1 Flannegride, 2 Carmatine. On the rocks, blended. Here. It helped. Thanks. Okay, so next question. What kind of girl do you like? Yes, you first! Sorry, I don't swing that way. Sure, I have no qualms about saying a girl is cute or cool, but nope, I prefer men in my bed. Now you. Shit! Just calm down. I guess I like girls with light colored hair. Light colored hair? Yeah, you know, like redheads and such. What about white, like your boss? She was just setting me up for that comment, weren't you? Sorry, it's just that when she got here with the bucket of wings, your eyes pretty much started sparkling. She did get them for me! Yay! Boss is awesome. Yeah. Your whole behavior transformed. You became giddy and cheerful all of a sudden. Hey, I can't blame you. She's pretty nice. I just felt like teasing you. So, light colored hair. What about blondes? Do you like me? Yeah, I guess. Let's say I'm into girls too and I start hitting on you. Would you go along with it? Nice body, pretty face, and a good apartment. I would never let you go. Okay then, enough tangents. Why don't you tell me about why you were feeling shitty these last days? What? Oh, that. I told you not to think too much about it. And I told you I wanna know. Come on, Jill, you heard my problems so many times, now I wanna help you. Come on, come here. Huh? I told you to sit here, come on. Huh? Huh? What? What are you?
Yes! Front view of Jill! Yes! I have images for thumbnails!
I'm saving this for thumbnails because I can do so many edits on this.
You don't even know! You don't even know what I can do! My power is growing with the thumbnail potential of this!
Alright then, now I'm the bartender and you're the client. Hardly, the bartending station only works with me. I see. Okay then, I move.
What was that? Alice_Rabbit! What just happened?
Okay then, I move this here, click here, and now it works for you, for me, and for the dog. Was I right about Alma? My goodness! The music increased! Was I right about Alma? I mean, I pretty much guessed everyone is Alice_Rabbit. Is it Alma? Oh! Oh my goodness! Damn! Why with him too? He's a dog in a fucking Hawaiian shirt. Right. And how did you even manage to... Oh, yeah, hacker. Right. Now we've changed roles. You've been feeling shitty. Mind telling me why? It's a long story. I don't even know where to start. Start from the beginning. Okay, then. It's something that goes back to my college years. Whoa, that's taking it way back. Back in compulsory education, I never made it too much of an effort, but I managed to get high grades. Even in PE, I always managed to do well enough to get perfect grades. Then, of course, when I got to college, it started getting hard. I had this perfectionist streak that wouldn't let me fail anything, burning my eyelashes studying. I eventually managed to keep up good grades. After about half of the career, I met a student teacher. Her name was Lenore. She helped me a lot with my studies, and she even got me into stuff that gave me more credit. I really liked her, and after some time, I found that she liked me too. Oh ho ho! We started going out. I met her family even, and you want a drink? What? A drink. Around this time, there's usually a pause that makes you offer a drink to the client. There was no such pause. Please, I want to test this whole bartending interface. Sugar Rush, then you can't mess that up. Right. Sugar Rush. Now, how did this thing work? Don't worry, I'll help you. Here. 2 aldehyde, 1 powdered, 2 carmethine. We don't want Joe to get too drunk. No, I could never, right? I could never, right? Here. Thanks. How is it? Like I said, you can't mess up a sugar rush. I have this gut feeling that with your body, you'd make a better bartender than me. You're selling yourself too short. You're cute, you know? People don't go to bars for cuteness, though. You've obviously never been to a cat bar then. Besides, my boobs can be a hassle when trying to move around with this kind of stuff. So, keep telling the story. Well, as the career went on, it got harder and harder. The last year and a half of it became nothing but study sessions after study sessions, investigations, my thesis. When graduation ceremony came, I had to make a speech, and suddenly, while reading said speech, I almost had a panic attack. Fear of public speaking? I realized I lost about a year and a half of my life. I tried to remember if I did anything fun at all, but all I could remember was studying and investigating new topics. I didn't even enjoy doing all that, so I was just standing there, and the satisfaction of graduating was minimal. I realized I had only gone through the motions day after day, from high school to graduating. I, I felt like the whole years of my life had slipped through my fingers. I never stopped to think if I enjoyed what I was doing. In fact, I never stopped. But at that point, I stopped. And realized I needed a breather or something. Did I even like that career? It was all terrifying as hell. I needed all of my strength to not start running like a panicked mess. So a couple of months later, I get an offer to start working at this big research facility. Lenore was ecstatic. She was so proud of me back then, but I was just scared. That would be my job. I spent my life expanding on what I did during that year and a half. What if I had a sudden realization like the one I had at graduation, but when I turned 40? 40! I didn't know what to do, but I sure as hell wasn't taking that offer. I told Lenore and she freaked out. She confessed that she was jealous because she never got such a chance. Things devolved pretty quickly. She said one too many things, I said one too many things. In the end, I just stormed out of her house and I broke up ass in the process. After that, I never spoke to her again. Damn. I'm sorry. I suddenly feel bad for pushing you to tell me all that. Why are you feeling shitty about all that after all this time, though? Unless you've been feeling shitty for years. I have, but it's not just because of that. Huh? The other day, Lenore's sister, Gabrielle, came to this bar. Apparently, Lenore died last week. Localized nanomachine rejection, a heart attack. Apparently she had it for a long time but never told anyone, and coincidentally it got worse after I left. And I just can't stop thinking about it, wondering if being there would have made a difference. And if it's true that she had that for a long time, why didn't she tell me when she was sick when we were together? I don't know. I just feel like all kinds of failure. Jill? And to make it worse, I also lashed out at Gabby. Yes, she was blaming me for her sister's death and all, but she's just a kid for fuck's sake. She lost a sister. She pretty much raised her on her own. And to top it all off, I suddenly can't remember what stopped me from apologizing. Pride, fear, a stupid effort to leave the most awesome person I loved as a thing of the past. Who cares? I've lost my chance to apologize to her forever. Truly forever. I'm such a piece of shit. A selfish piece of shit. I honestly don't know what to say. I didn't expect the story to be this. Yo, boob tender. Yes? Can you get me a big beer here? Coming right up. A big beer. What makes a beer big in this thing? Yeah, I'm gonna do low accurate beer. So she doesn't know what makes beer big. So it makes sense that she only does. I'm doing this from a accuracy perspective. Doesn't know what makes beer big. d- just makes it normally. One beer. Not a big one though. You sure those glasses of yours work? Well, I do need to get them checked, but never mind. Sorry for the mistake. Hey Jill, what kind of girl was Lenore? Well, she was calm and smart. Back in college, I was too thick-headed and got riled up easily. Stressed was my default state. So, just like you're behaving right now. Shut up, I was worse. Can't picture that. Don't, it's embarrassing. Anyway, she was always there finding a way to cool me down. She was also able to hold conversations about pretty much any topic. One time, I saw her go from talking about video games to talking about sports. All of that variety while still being a hardcore scientist. She would always push me into social interactions if she saw me by herself. she would drag me with her. Watching people is fine, but talking to them is better, she said. And Nora would always present me to her many acquaintances as the girl I don't mind cuddling with for hours. Man, I'm gonna miss her. After a point, I didn't even think about getting back into a relationship with her, but she was such an awesome person. I just wanted to apologize. And now... Oh. You know, in a cruel twist of irony, she's the one that made me pick up bartending. Oh? Back when I was thinking about what the hell to do with my life, I remembered a night we spent at the club. She started talking about how the drinks were synthesized, the chemistry involved, the reactions and all that. Everything sounded so fascinating. I remember her saying that her talk made me want to start mixing drinks. She said if everything else fails, why not take up bartending? Huh, interesting. Are you okay? For some value of okay, yeah. It's just, I wanted to thank you, Alma. To thank me? I guess I just needed someone to tell all this to, and you were the one. You won't do yourself. You insisted on listening to me. You stood there listening to the whole thing from beginning to end. I know it might not be the most expressive person, but I'm not one to spout love and fluffiness, but I really like you. Maybe I'm just a bartender and you're just a client, but I really appreciate your friendship, or at the very least your patronage. I really enjoy working for you. Chill. Are you dying? Shut up! I'm trying to have a heart-to-heart here. Sorry, it's just that it's weird for you to get so sappy. Well, I just realized that the saddest thing is how I'll never be able to make amends. And it hurts like fucking hell, you know? I never, and I mean never, want to feel like that again. I don't want someone to suddenly exit my life and have my last memory of them involve something nasty. I don't want lingering grief of having burned a bridge on a whim. I just want to avoid that at any cost. And if it means breaking character every once in a while, so be it. I'll let everyone know how I really feel about them. And if I ever fight with them, I'll swallow my pride, muster all the courage and I can, and be the one to apologize. I hate feeling like this. I hate it! Hate it! That's a nice resolution. Maybe I'll be a copycat and do the same. Alright, enough sappiness. Get back here, I'm on duty, you know. Fine. It's almost closing time anyways. It was fun while it lasted though. Hey! Yeah? I mean it, you know? Thanks for everything today. Silly Jill, you listen to my problems and I listen to yours. That's what friends are for, right? Right. I'll be leaving now. Oh, before I forget, did you ever talk about all this with your parents? They know the basics, but I haven't told them about Lenore's death yet. Why don't you do that sometime? I don't know. I don't want to bother them with my problems. Don't be silly. They're your parents. They live to share their problems. You should try having a talk with them like this with them sometime. They'll appreciate it. Anyway, I'm out. See you on Sunday. Take care.
That Alma girl sure is nice.
Ah, boss! Did you hear all that?
Not all of it, but a good chunk, at the very least. Your expression has changed a lot already.
It did?
You look happier. That's always good. Anyway, let's call it a day. I expect an even brighter Jill tomorrow.
Right. Oh, yeah, boss. About those chicken wings.
Fucking idiots with the spicy chicken. Sorry, Dana, we won't have enough spices for your order until tomorrow, they said. Is that how they treat their regulars?
Boss? Cherish Titty Hacker, she's a good friend. What the No mistakes, though. It didn't count as a mistake, then I think it is lower accurate. I have 8,000. See, it's fine. There's a peace of mind. Bill paid.
Bill paid.
Didn't you have a boyfriend named Bill? She had a boyfriend named Bill? Neat. Anyway, that's all for this episode of Not in Stars and Time. Valhalla Cyberpunk Bartender Action. I remember. It's fine. I remember. I have 681 bucks. Ugh. Anyway, that's all for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you came here, somehow appeared on this channel and started watching things, thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye. I'm making this video to literally no one except myself. So goodbye, and have a wonderful, wonderful day ahead. Ta-ta!